Biden. Let's watch this report first of all, and then we'll talk about Joe Biden.
Joe Biden was the youngest candidate ever elected to the U.S. Senate. In 2009, Obama named him his vice president. Biden, a man with decades of political experience. As a presidential candidate, he's presented himself as the antithesis of Trump.
We choose hope over fear, unity over division, science over fiction, and yes, truth over lies.
I'll be a president who will stand with our allies and friends and make it clear to our adversaries the days of cozying up to dictators is over. It's estimated that nearly another 210,000 Americans could lose their lives by the end of the year. Enough. No more. Let's just set partisanship aside. Let's end the politics and follow the science.
That's the job of a president, to heal.
And we should enjoy it, all right? I think there are more of these to come. And by the way, if Joe Biden and the Democrats were honest, they should embrace this, and actually, they should take back the whole notion that he's president-elect right now. President-elect is a figment of their imagination, and even Joe Biden himself pledged that he would not declare victory until these votes are certified, which has not happened yet.
Here's the deal. We count the ballots, as you pointed out. Some of these ballots in some states can't even be opened until Election Day. And if there's thousands of ballots, it's going to take time to do it.
Yes, he would not declare until it was all certified by an independent body. He answered that question, was asked that question on national television. But for some reason, it's ancient history. Nobody remembers, nobody cares, and it's Joe. We're not going to hold him to account for anything. Isn't that wild? And now all the pressure is on Donald Trump to concede. Let's talk what this is really about. The swamp, the establishment, they never accepted Donald Trump. Quite frankly, he never accepted them. He wanted to change the rules, change the culture, and the culture is resisting. It has resisted. It continues to resist. A big factor here, those career swamp guys and women, they want jobs. They want jobs, either in government or in private sector firms that do business with the government. A lot of them, their lives would probably be easier without Donald Trump in the picture. I'm talking about the swamp. Now, for the rest of us, we know what he brings to the table.
Let's ask him. Mr. President, are you there? So not nervous at all. The word nervous isn't even in my vocabulary. I had to look it up. I never heard of it. Nervous. Nervous. I thought it was pronounced nervous. I thought it rhymed with moose. That's how much. I never heard of it. Anyway, that's the Team Trump update. Thanks for checking in. Don't forget, some of the best wins in history were actually losses.
You had a plurality of accomplishments there. I'm interested.
Yeah, I think this is exactly why his voters are coming back. Why his base really wants him to remain. He cut taxes dramatically. He also did away with a lot of regulations that was good for the business community. He raised military spending dramatically. These are all things that he promised to do in the campaign of what he promised to do, and he followed through. He also promised to bring the deficit down to zero, and that has, objectively speaking, if you're trying to understand why so many people have voted for him, why essentially half of America is still supporting Donald Trump, it's because when they look at what he did, and I forgot to mention the judges on the court, this was a huge thing for his base, that he managed to put 3 new Supreme Court justices into place, and other things that are really core to the Christian base. I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying that this is exactly what he promised to do. He said that he wanted to get out of the Iran deal, or signaled that he was going to get out of the Iran deal, which he did. And I'm not saying whether that was good or bad, but he also said that he wanted to end the so-called endless wars. He had wondering, especially in Europe, well, how could anybody vote for this guy? Well, look at his record. Look at what he promised to do. And you might disagree with his policies, and you might think that he did a lot of other bad things. But if you look at what his base wanted and what he promised his base, he delivered for them.